Hey, what is up, guys? It's Matt here from Nothin But Boom, and today, as you guys probably know from my previous video on Hammerman's HQ, I am back from vacation and ready to start rolling out some more videos for you guys. So today we are facing Terra with a little bit different. It's Hooka and Medic. So we have 4 boats of heavies on each boat, 2 of them. We have 3 boats of Zookas, 8 on one boat, 2 on each of the others, and 1 boat of medics, 3 on that one. So I'm going to go ahead and barrage the rocket launchers and artillery. Go ahead, drop the troops on the far side, let them get some of those crates, even though it doesn't look like there's any. Oh, actually, there's one right there. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and go towards that. And meanwhile, I'm going to worry about the top for them and take care of that so they don't have to deal with that. So I noticed that, well, first I don't want them getting messed up in those, let's see, 7 machine guns over there. So I go ahead and flare them over to that mortar, and I know that the mortar won't do anything because mortars are pretty much useless in this game, unless it's like pesky shots on the Zookas like it almost was there, but for the most part they're pretty useless. They're going to go ahead and take out that mortar, and then the medics are going to race up and start healing them, and they're going to get them back to full health before they even drop the HQ. So go ahead and throw out Shock Bomb for fun. Really don't need it. I could have probably beat that without my energy. Actually, I know I could have, but just did it anyway. Terror Stage 3 is cleared, and I got 3 Terror Stage 2 is cleared, and I got 3 fragments from that. So no casualties once again, and hooray. Go back to base and build an idol, because that's what we got. So Terror Stage 3, here we go. Alright, so this one's kind of spread out. I think I'm going to drop them on the far left side of the beach. Let's go ahead and do that. Well, actually, no. We're going to get rid of those 2 mines, because I know boom mines are definitely a problem for heavies. Then we're going to go ahead and get rid of that boom cannon. The other one I don't have to worry about. And then I want to go ahead and throw 2 artillery. Wow, that's a kind of high level one. And then do a barrage on that cannon as well. That should take it out. Yes. Alright, cool. And then we could throw 2 artillery on that sniper, which won't take it out, but it'll be awful close. Drop the troops on the shore. Let them start walking up. As you can see, there's actually that machine gun right there that they're going to be drawn to. Zookas almost got injured, but those heavies went in front just in time. Medics start healing the heavies. This is the first time you guys have probably seen the heavy Zooka gameplay. I think I showed it one other time on this channel, but this is going to be interesting with Terror. I love seeing the medics like bolt up once, once the heavies get even 1 health. They're like, oh my god, he's dying. See, the medics are like chasing after them right now. That's really funny. But I'm going to go ahead and flare them to the sniper. I was worried about those 2 Zookas getting in front, so I went ahead and smoked. Luckily, they stopped right before they got out of the smoke, which was so lucky on my part. I won't say it's skill, because it's really not. It's skill that I decided to smoke. But as you can see there, 2 Zookas almost die. But the medics, like, again, they get so worried about them and they start healing them back up, which is definitely very good. Creds to the medics for doing that. We're now parked up right against the HQ, and the medics are continuing to heal the heavies back up to full health. They'll probably have them at full health before we even take down the HQ, because we have 3 medics on scene, and we have a ton of Zookas. So 1 heavy's back up to full health, 2 heavies, and the last heavy is at full health. There you go. Medics have nothing left to do, and Terror Stage 3 goes down. So it looks like we got 2 fragments on that one, and we can go ahead and move on to number 4. Here we go. Alright, this one I think we can, we can go along the right side, but first let's do that 3 intersection. I don't need to worry about that mortar. I was just worrying about the sniper. And then we can go ahead and drop our troops over here, because there's all that extra energy. And then we can go ahead and just wait, I guess, because there's like no single shot defenses that can take me out. I went ahead and started going on that mortar. Not that I really needed to, but started working on the boom mines as the troops are walking up the beach. They're not even in effect yet. That 1 heavy gets shot. Medics are like, oh no! And they race up and start healing them. If anybody wants to, you could quote me on that on Twitter. First heavy gets hurt. Medics. Oh no! That's alright. Go ahead, flare them back up to the top, and they're going to take out those other 9 worth of energy. Medics are going to keep them full health. The other plus of doing that is you're getting extra energy, but you're also giving your medics time to heal your troops back up. Here I get a little worried because the Zookas are kind of in first, so I go ahead and shock bomb those 3 defenses, and I let the heavies kind of lay in front, and the Zookas going back like normal. When they're walking, it does get a little hairy sometimes, though. Medics keep the heavies up to full health when that flamethrower is working on them, so no need to worry about that. And then we go ahead and go right to the HQ. I throw a shock bomb on the mortar. It would have been smarter to just take it out with artillery, but it doesn't really matter. Goes down right now. Nope, now. Okay. And ton of Zookas. We still have no casualties, I think, on either part, which is actually awesome. So 39,000 gold, 2 fragments, and 1 shard on that one. We can go ahead and now move on to number 5, which still doesn't look very hard. Go ahead, drop the troops, let them get that bunker there. Let's go ahead and start taking out the cannon and the flamethrower. I'm not sure actually why I did the flamethrower now that I look back at it, because flamethrower wasn't going to be any, of any problems. But it doesn't really matter. It's Terror Stage 5 is still not that hard. Go ahead, get rid of that boom mine. Medics are keeping those heavies at full health pretty well. I'll go ahead and let them take out that machine gun before it can get unshock bombed. As you can see there, can't even start shooting at them. It turns. Mortar pesky shot takes out 2 of my Zookas, maybe 3, but we go ahead and take it out, and the medics keep those heavies at full health. The boom cannon turns, and it starts taking out that heavy, but it does less damage than I think it will, and with the med kit and the 3 medics on that heavy, we are able to kind of last it out, and we can go ahead and move on to Terror Stage 6. But we did get some casualties on the Zooka side, 2, like I said, with that pesky mortar shot. So 4 diamonds, that's a perfect example of what I said about they're useless except for getting Zookas, and I guess Riflemen too. Terror Stage 6, ton of energy on the left side, and there's actually a barrel sitting on the beach right there. It's just kind of funny. Never seen that before, but go ahead, flare them up, get that extra energy, start taking out the rocket launchers. I think that'll be 2 or 3. There we go. Do a barrage plus artillery, almost guaranteed takedown. There you go. Boom. And meanwhile, the troops are getting so much extra energy to just keep supplying me. I'm at 40 right now, 43. Then I go ahead, do a double barrage on the sniper and the cannon. Takes out the cannon, but sniper always has a little bit more health, so I had to add an extra artillery. Now look at what we have. We just have machine guns, which is going to be no problem at all. Heavies are just going to lay in front. We just have to make sure Zookas don't go in front. Medics, as you can see, are just sitting on the grass right there. They're just like, I have nothing to do. Oh, okay, so now the heavies get hurt. Now they race up to the scene and start healing them up. The heavies on the bottom, 1 medic goes to get them. Sniper starts picking him off, so I quickly flare them up because that heavy was almost at half health. Here they come back down on the HQ. I do a barrage just to help them out a little bit. I know it didn't do much. And then the medics are probably almost going to be able to get all of them back to full health. They're going to have to work on that 1 heavy who's probably not going to get fully restored, but that is alright. We're still going to beat the level with actually no casualties on that one. So Terror Stage 6 goes down. We can go ahead and move on to Terror Stage 7. So victory on the beach. Now that I beat Hammerman's HQ level 10 with my lower level account, I can bring you guys that coverage. So what I think I'm going to do is, in these Terror Mastermind, I'm going to go as far as I can with my lower level account and show you guys those, like those levels, and then when I lose on that, I'm going to start my high level account right at that point. And that way, you won't have to see 2 accounts doing the same exact levels. It'll be a little bit more interesting. I'll see if I can even get past the first one, but we'll see what happens. Because I don't even have shock bombs yet. I just have artillery, flares, and medkits. So as you can see, that mortar shot almost takes out some Zookas. Medics race to the scene. Oh no, Heavies are getting just the slightest bit hurt, but that's their job to heal them up. So I'll go ahead and shock bomb the sniper, machine gun, flamethrower combo. Medics are working on that heavy that's getting injured there. But that sniper tower is no match for the medics and that heavy's health. So they go ahead and take that down. And they keep moving to that machine, but I still have to keep flaring them back though, and it gets a little hairy with that mortar shot. But we could still go ahead and keep moving to the HQ. The machine gun starts targeting the Zookas from the back. Luckily, the medics are there. If the medics weren't there, it would be definitely a huge problem. That's why I like having the medics. I throw 2 shock bombs while they're taking out the HQ, and it looks like we are okay. In the clear, I guess, as I would say. To move on to Terror Stage 8. So, victory on the beach once again. 76,000 gold, 2 fragments, and 2 Zookas lost. So, go ahead and move on to Terror Stage 8. We do have to reinforce first, and we'll see how we do on this one. This one, it looks like holy boom cannons. Whoa. But we do have a little bit of good energy on that side, which will help us out a little bit. I need to get rid of the boom cannons and the rocket launchers, because the rocket launchers can be really pesky with the shots hitting the Zookas as well. The barrage takes out all of those, which is really awesome. I go ahead, double barrage the boom cannons, which looks like we'll take them out almost. So I go ahead and add an extra artillery on that boom cannon. Now all we have to worry about is, let's see, the cannon, the 2 cannons in the top, and that looks like it's about it. I don't want the snipers picking off my Zookas from the back, though. That's what I'm kind of looking back at that now. What I do is I go ahead and flare up there, and then I flare again to the corner of there. I should have done a little bit tighter. I go ahead and shock bomb and let the troops get there. The cannons do start pummeling them, but I wanted the Zookas to get in safely. I take out the cannon. The sniper was probably more of a risk. The Zookas kind of go down and start shooting at that sniper, which was risky, but the smoke was even more risky because they would have been able to take it out, but obviously they couldn't. So I go ahead and flare them back up, use some smoke to kind of protect them. The medics kind of get shot down, but finally the snipers start targeting the heavies, which is lucky. Medics, I only have 2 left now, are healing through the smoke and are getting back up to the full health. As you guys didn't know, the defenses target the closest troop to them, and they do not lock on. So if they're targeting a heavy, and then a Zooka gets closer, they'll go right to the Zooka. They don't stay on the heavy until they kill it like Clash of Clans does. So definitely the AI in this game, the artificial intelligence, is a lot different than before. And as you can see, I beat it with about 8 Zookas left and 1 medic. So it was definitely a lot closer than I would have liked it and thought it would be. So it was just kind of odd. But Terror Stage 9, I do remember it was easier than Terror Stage 8. I barely lost anybody on that one. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what Terror Stage 9 looks like. A lot of gems to actually gem that army up. As you can see, the HQ is over there, and there's like a bunch of boom cannons and snipers on the shore. Those are completely useless. We go ahead and get that 4 intersection. So let's go ahead and do that first, because that's probably the most important. I go ahead and throw 3 artillery in there. Boom, boom, boom. That takes out all 3, which is awesome. I go ahead and throw a barrage in the middle of the sniper and the cannon. Not sure how much that would be as beneficial as like 2 artillery, but that's alright. I think it's about the same. Go ahead and throw a barrage on the rocket launcher and add extra artillery on that. That should take it down like so. And now we have a couple snipers to worry about, but not too bad. They're going to go ahead and take out those extra crates. After that, I'm going to flare them right to the bunker because I do not want that messing with that mortar. So there's the flare. It was a little bit late, but we're still there. I threw smoke on the Zookas, but just in case that mortar was going to be annoying, but no, it targeted the heavies, and the medics begin to race up and begin to heal the heavy because he's injured. So there you go. The medics are healing the heavy. He almost takes that, actually, a couple Zookas out. I go ahead and try to get bolts. I was trying to be greedy, but I couldn't. Heavy goes alone and takes that sniper tower down with his machine gun there. Takes them a while, but they do it. And I go ahead and shock bomb that group there. I did not want that cannon shooting at us. And I go ahead and kind of just let the troops go through. The machine guns were still pummeling them, but I had 3 medics on them. I really wasn't too worried. I also threw a med kit, so I was, going as hard as we could on the HQ. The mortar goes down. After that, I go ahead, flare right to the HQ. I knew I was going to lose some troops. I still actually had only 1 loss on heavies, which was awesome. I only lost 1 troop. I lost 1 heavy. Even though it looked so bad right there, I only lost 1 heavy. So, as you can see, tried and true strategy. The heavies are being that meat shield, and it's only going to take us like 3 diamonds, I think, to gem that back up. But let's see how much it is. It's going to be how come it's not? I didn't tap on it. I don't know why I didn't tap on it. Looks like I can deploy an idle. I've been getting a lot of the gumbo energy ones, plus like 5 and 6%. I don't really need those, so I just like reclaim them and then get like. I actually recently got a gumbo energy plus 36, which is awesome. But as you can see, that did take 3 diamonds, so I was right about that. I don't even know why somebody would worry about that right side because it's such a mess. I'm just gonna go ahead and go from the left side, barrage the boom cannon, get rid of that rocket launcher, and I think that's all I'm gonna need to worry about. So as you can see, going ahead and barraging that rocket launcher, as you can see there. I didn't see that cannon until like I dropped the troops, and then I didn't take a chance with that flamethrower, so I quickly went ahead and barraged or stopped it. But now that I think about it, Zookas are out of range of flamethrowers anyway, so that was pretty much a waste of a shock bomb. But that's alright. I went ahead and shock bombed that rocket launcher because I didn't want it taking out my Zookas from the back. If I didn't waste that shock bomb in the beginning, it would have been a little bit easier. But as we can see now, they're actually out of range, which was extremely lucky on my part. Sorry for a little bit of lag right there. We're back, and they just took out those flamethrowers. I go ahead and throw a smoke because I really want them to get to that corner safely and then get those heavies back in front because I'm running low on Zooka numbers now. I just lost another one due to that mortar. I go ahead and throw a shotgun on those 2 cannons because I don't want them shooting, and I let them just go to the HQ. Zookas finally are smart and just start pummeling the HQ. I have 3 medics on my heavies. Cannons look like they're a little bit more powerful. It's just going to be a waiting game to see which set can do them the best. So, I think a couple of those Zookas would be out of range of the cannons and snipers, but not the rocket launcher. So I think that's what's going to happen. So now we have 3 medics left and a bunch of Zookas. So the medics have to keep the Zookas up from that rocket launcher shot. We only now have 1 medic left, and he's trying to heal the Zookas. But if we only had 3, it would have been better. But the Zookas are able to do it with a ton of casualties. We lost all of our heavies. Throw a smoke like Nick and I does to celebrate because we only had 7 Zookas left and no medics. So that was pretty sad. But go ahead, reinforce. And it was yeah, I don't know. 54 diamonds was a ton. But as you can see, my resources are a lot. I have 491 wood and 723 gold. Let's go ahead and attack this base. I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat this. Let's go ahead and do... Why didn't I triple hit that? Retreat. Alright, do that again. Let's go ahead and go back up there. Come on. Actually, no, I started down here. Okay. Go ahead, barrage the cannon. That's going to be a problem. I didn't barrage the boom cannon because I thought I would be out of range. We'll see how that turns out, though. I go ahead and do the triple shot there with the 3. That takes them out, which is good. And then I go ahead and throw a barrage on that rocket launcher and throw an extra artillery and hope that it takes it out, which it doesn't right there. So it's really like panic mode right now. I go ahead and flare them over to the beach, let the heavies get in front. I know that the rocket launcher has a better range, but the heavies do be heroic and take out that sniper there. Um, there you go. Then I go ahead and flare them to the mortar. I know the sniper's going to be pesky, so I kind of shock bomb it there. I let the mortar go down, and then I flare them to the corner, which is extremely, extremely risky. But I throw a smoke to kind of protect those Zookas, and let the medics heal them up, because there's a medic under there with them. And then I go ahead and try to take out the HQ, but the HQ has a ton of health. We don't have enough troops left. The heavies are gonna go down. And I thought about flaring to the snipers, but it wouldn't be enough anyway. And there's not enough troops left to finish out this level. So, Terror Stage 11. It looks like I'm going to. That's all I'm gonna get to so far. I know I've gotten to 12 before with warriors, but that was it. So I couldn't beat 12, but I got to 12. So 715 gold looks like was our total. 491,000 wood, 418,000 stone, and 149,000 iron. So definitely a ton of resources we got from Terror, but we just could not finish out at Terror Stage 11. So you guys will be seeing Terror Tyrants as well coming out, and next week you will see my lower level account facing Terror. So a lot of new stuff coming out on this channel. Definitely stay tuned for all things Boom Beach. You guys know what to do. Keep refreshing that channel page here, nothing but boom. I'm Matt, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.